Okay, now let's record.
It's good?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi guys, it's Byron from Distinct Beat Car Audio in Gastonia, North Carolina. We're doing a little tutorial today about copper clad aluminum wire versus OFC, which is pure copper. So let's look at it. The first difference you're going to see is this is an aluminum copper clad wiring, or what they call CCA. This is what everyone is purchasing for a very cheap price. Those $29 or $15 power cables that you get from eBay and Amazon and what have you. Cheap wire for you to use in small projects or what have you, and people that are wanting to be cost conscious. This is an aluminum wire with a copper coating over top of each particular strand of the wire. Now the difference is this is copper wire, and this is an OFC, which is oxygen-free copper, meaning that they actually refine this copper to where it has very small amounts of copper in it, oxygen in it, so that it is a more pure copper and increases the conductivity of the wire. And secondly, you can see that casings are different. This is much softer, this is a harder, more resistant case. Then you have a much smaller gauge wire versus the OFC. This would be true spec 8 gauge, whereas this is going to be your typical CCA, we will cheat on the gauge a little bit wire. This is how they cheapen that kit so that you can buy it so inexpensively, versus something in copper that may cost 2 or 3 times as much. Now the reason why we would recommend that you do not use the copper clad here is that this particular wire is very weak. It's not very stable, and used in high current situations will fail. The casing gets very hot, it falls apart. The wire actually can be double the temperature of a copper wire of equal size under load. So we're going to do a little demonstration here, and what that's going to do for you is just show you how the wire will actually fail under heat. Okay. So we're going to take the copper wire first on a torch, and this is just your standard run-of-the-mill Benzmatic torch. Cut that down a little bit so it's not quite so loud, and I'm putting the copper wire in first, and you can see that I'm going to get this extremely hot, and it will change color, get very red. Probably see some smoke on it from where it's burning off some contaminants, but the wire is not failing. This has been in here quite some time. You can tell if that was in your vehicle, it's holding up a fair amount of heat in here. Again, this is an 8 gauge wire, so we're going to get it pretty hot. Case is starting to fail on it, but the wire has not fatigued. Now we're just going to lay this right here. Let's try not to touch that. Actually, we're going to hang it off the edge. Okay, this is your copper clad. Same scenario. We're just going to get it nice and warm here. And what you should see happen is that the aluminum will fail and the wire will begin to break down. And there you have it. And that is in about half of the time that it took to do the copper. Now the case is on fire. You can see it's blood red. And I'm going to have to put this out. You can see how limp and loose that is, and how bad the wire looks after the fact. Now, you saw how long that took. We're back to the copper here. We're still not failing. And this is the heat rejection, the longevity, and extra dollars that you're spending on these copper kits rather than the aluminum. This holds up way better. So even in double the amount of time, or possibly even triple, because I haven't counted how long it took, the copper wire has not failed, yet the aluminum has. And something you can see about these two wires is how bad this has broken down from the aluminum melting versus the copper still being intact with the strand being seen. So you can make a comparison there. Now, that said, please buy copper when doing your installations. I know it costs more, but in the long run, you're going to have a lot more longevity out of the cable, a lot more happier, or a lot happier amplifier, electronics. You're going to have more power to your amplifiers to produce more power for your subwoofers, your mid-range components, what have you. So the bottom line here is copper is absolutely more superior than a copper-clad aluminum, and that spending double will go a long way. Thank you very much for listening to our tutorial, and we hope to see you around the internet. Have a great day.